What radio? The music you want.
With your host, Keys Dan.
Oh, behave. Yeah.
RadioWhat.com.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
What's up, party people? It's Keys Dan with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live in a living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous? It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do you go? DJLittleRock.com. Check availability, get a free price quote, and maybe you could have me at your next event. Today on the program, Keisha Stevenson and Joey Fanstar. Now, I've known Joey Fanstar for quite some time. The first time we met was over at a karaoke show, which is at the Conway Supper Club, which is now the Rab, the place I do on Friday nights. And he rocked the house. I remember he did an 80s song. I can't remember exactly which one it was. I'll ask him about it maybe in the podcast and see if he remembers where we met. I'm sure he does. But what a showman. I mean, jumped off the stage, and there was a pretty good-sized stage at that place. Jumped off, just worked the crowd. It was good. It was good. And over the years, I've seen him progress in his career. He's been with a few bands, if I'm not mistaken, and I think he's got a band of his own. We'll ask him about that on the podcast and find out where he's at now. And then Keisha Stevenson. Now, she's brand new in my life, and I'm very happy about that. And I know her and Joey got together, and they formed a creative relationship of sorts. They've got a new project, and I'm kind of excited to talk to them about that. It's nice when two creatives come together and form something new. So we got that to look forward to in the program. This week's shows, let's see. Oh, it's Saturday. So tonight I'm at the Choctaw VFW in Choctaw, Arkansas, pretty close to Clinton. So if you're anywhere in the area and you're over 21, come on out to the Choctaw VFW. They got pool tables, big, gigantic dance floor, and a nice stage. And you get to share the stage with me. It's a video dance party, karaoke jam. Yeah, I said karaoke. You're the star of the show. They got a full bar as well. So come have some frosty beverages or just regular beverages, room temperature, however you like it. Play some pool and meet some people and sing some songs at the Choctaw VFW, Choctaw, Arkansas. I guess I could talk about shows I got next week. I know I got podcast after podcast after podcast. I get to talk to so many very cool and interesting people on this podcast, and a lot of them are on the phone and a lot of them are face to face, but just good stories and good people. And then next Friday night, I'm at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. They have the full bar, and I'm sure I'll talk to you a little bit more about the Rab. That's where I'm at usually on Friday nights from 8 p.m. until 1 a.m. Oh, yeah, the Choctaw show is 9 p.m. until 1. And then, and then next Saturday I have a wedding. I'm kind of stoked about that. I love weddings, and always fun, always a good time. People at their best times in their life, and they're ready to come out and have a good time and celebrate the happy couple. So yes, enjoy that. So without further ado, I think we need to go transport ourselves and visit up with Joey Fanstar and Keisha Stevenson. Transporting to Joey and Keisha now. She's got the wrong angles.
I love purple.
Yeah, I've been ready for like 5 minutes now. It's the little people. Just throw that anywhere. We got people to clean that
up. You can hear me good.
Oh, yeah. Joey Fanstar, Keisha Stevenson.
Hey.
Hello.
Is it alright if I stay comfortable like this the whole time?
You could stay in that position because,
what if,
hold on. When I have when I do these podcasts with men's, they never ever go Facebook Live. But then I got a women's, and she said, "Hey, we're gonna go Facebook Live." Now, how did you put it, Keisha?
What you mean?
How did you put it when you said, "I'm gonna go a little bit"? What was it? What was the term you used? And go live.
I can't remember. You know, I say whatever I want.
It started with a G, maybe. I'm gonna go get. G-H-E-T-T-O.
Oh, I don't want to be ghetto, but
yes. I guess I need an explanation of the terminology of how going Facebook Live is ghetto in this respect.
Because we are in the library,
and we're being kind of
very
loud in the library.
That's
Okay. Well, full disclosure, I was supposed to do this podcast at the house. But that's okay. I mean, it didn't work out that way. So then I called the library and I said, "Hey, do you have a room available?" And yes, we're in the Faulkner County Library. I always got to give respect whenever I do these here at the library and make sure
Library
reading is good.
Fundamental.
Mental. Keyword on the mental. Mm-hmm. Perfect. All right. So the yellow room is what I reserved, and unfortunately the yellow room is being used right now, so we have an hour to kill. So I figured let's go in this quiet little corner and make it not so quiet. Joey Fanstar, I've known you for a long time.
What's up, Keys Dan?
And I've wanted to get you on this podcast for a long time, whether you knew it or not. You're a man about town, you're a local musician, and I'm fascinated by you. The first time we met was at a karaoke show, and you rocked the house, man. You came up with an 80s tune. I don't even remember what it was.
It was Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Pour Some Sugar on Me. And you jumped off the stage and worked the crowd. And then I said, "Man, are you a front man for a band?" And give the people a little idea of who you are, Joey Fanstar.
Well, I am Joey Fanstar. I'm a bass player first and foremost. It's always been my passion. I've been playing professionally since 2009. So I guess you met me probably it was 2014, somewhere around that.
Had to be in that area. Sometime between then and now. I got here to Arkansas in 2009. So
when you met me, I was playing with Aces Wild, doing a lot of casino gigs. And since then, I've formed my own band. We do 90s and 2000s rock covers. We do pop and dance tunes from every decade, from today all the way back to the late 60s, early 70s.
So the difference between Aces Wild and the band that you're in now, what's the name of the band you're in now?
The name of the band is Fanstar, and it's just Aces Wild was definitely heavily country and southern rock influenced, and we don't do much of that at all, but we do everything else. We do some heavier rock, some pop, hip-hop, some dance stuff. We even get pretty heavy from time to time. And
you're also in the writing and producing as well?
Yes.
Is that something that you do?
Yes.
Because it seems like you have a nice young lady next to you. Maybe you'll introduce her.
Yeah, I've got my good friend Keisha Stevenson with me. And she contacted me through my band page and needed to find someone to help her write a song. She'd already got a really nice beat, and she had written a verse for it, so we got together, sat down. Couldn't really come up with anything at first, just listening to the beat. But after reading what she had written and kind of bouncing that off my own lyrics, I just kind of pen to paper, the ideas started coming, and we cranked out another verse and a chorus in like an hour, I think.
Yes, and we haven't a title until we actually went to record.
That's right.
So, Keisha Stevenson, welcome to the show. Tell me a little bit about you. Give the short bio of who you are.
Well, I have always been a fan of music, but I never really just stepped out to do a song. And actually, this song, someone told me, they said, I bet you when I do a song this year, because I'm usually under like the radar I don't do music like that or anything. Mm-hmm. And so I contacted him. I told him about it. He was down for it. And the song sounds lovely. Just lovely, darling.
Well, there had to be a way that didn't just magically appear. you had to have been singing before that. Is that something that you've done from an early age, or?
Yeah, I always sung under the radar.
Under the radar.
Yes.
All right. You didn't bother your family or your friends or anybody with this, or?
A lot of people know I do music, so I was writing music, doing music, but it was under the radar. I didn't want to put anything out there. So this is the first thing that I did ever, just putting anything out there. And I actually found someone awesome to do it with.
See, it's good to find a local musician. Now, are you from Arkansas?
Earl, Arkansas.
Earl,
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Earl.
I heard Earl had to die.
Earl.
That's, population 5 and 1
Oh,
dog.
no, you didn't. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard it.
Sorry, people of Earl. I'm sure it's a nice town, but it sounds
is.
small. Is it tiny?
It's a small town, but
Okay.
it's still good. Don't do us, okay?
No, that's fine.
Everybody know everybody?
Yeah, he gonna get beat up in the library.
No, everybody got famous in a small town.
That's
you know,
right.
And even Conway, it's 50,000 people, but it's still kind of a small town.
a big
Somebody like Joey Fanstar is big in this town, for sure. Everybody knows Joey, and it doesn't take much to get to know a lot of people.
Yeah.
You perform in a crowd, maybe 2,000, they're going to tell all
Everybody.
50,000. And you get on your Facebook here in Conway, and it's going to spread a little further out.
Oh, yeah.
So, Keisha Stevenson, you say under the radar, and I'm still trying to explore what under the
Exploring.
radar means. But you were writing. How many songs have you written?
I wrote a lot of songs. I just never really did them.
Like notebooks full? Mm-hmm. What's your writing style? Do you write on the computer or on
Well,
a
that's the
notebook?
thing. I rap and I sing, so it could be either or.
Mm-hmm.
So it just all depends on what I'm doing and what I'm feeling. But it's usually that beat that catches me, and this beat is what caught me. Where I was like, I need.
Who made the beat?
His name is Rev.
Riv? Hey, you can give shout outs to anybody. This is your podcast.
Shout out Rev.
Yeah. I want to make sure that everybody gets credited, everybody gets known, and if this podcast can help to launch anybody into a further out into the stratosphere, please,
Okay,
let's
cool.
do it.
Absolutely.
You know, I started this in March, and I'm well over 100 talking to people all over the world. So people are listening all over the world, and I like that.
Yeah.
God.
Joey Fanstar, where did you get your start in music, and are you from Arkansas?
I was born in Los Angeles County, but I've got pretty strong roots in Arkansas at this point. Came out here when I was about 7. Just always been fascinated with music. Followed my father's footsteps. He's a bass player as well, and just did the school band thing and met a friend who played a mean guitar. Just he could shred at a very young age, like 12, and that made me really pursue the bass. And just knew at about 16 or 17 that's what I was going to do for the rest of my life, is play music. That's what I've been doing.
Is fantastic. A lot of kids 16 or 17 don't know. A lot of kids 40 don't know. And you know.
Yeah.
You're in there. You started in what band?
Aces Wild, that was when I got my professional start in 2009, playing
What year did you
casinos.
graduate?
2006.
And right
so
away,
out of the
pretty
gate,
much.
As soon as I could illegally drink a beer, I was playing in bars.
So you say casinos. There's not that many casinos in Arkansas. I think
No,
Hot
we
Springs.
always did the Tunica, Mississippi area, primarily. The Fitzgerald's Casino, Samstown Casino, Hollywood, places like that.
I've heard of people doing the fairs and even the malls, but the casino circuit. How is that?
It's lucrative, so that's what's good, and they treat you right. They'll usually put you up and feed you, so you take that into account. It pays really well. Also, like with Samstown, it's really nice because they have Roxy's Live, which is set kind of aside from the casino. You walk up some steps, you're in like a bar in an enclosed area with a dance floor, and the stage is above the bar. It's just a really great atmosphere. I mean, I just remember every time the band would set up before we even got started, you'd already have like 20 or 30 people like chanting our names and just ready to party all night with us.
That is super to have a built-in crowd like that. And for people that are just starting out, check out the casino route. If somebody on the outside may think, well, maybe they just pay you in chips and hope that you gamble them away. But no, you're saying that they put you up in a room, probably feed you a little bit. They treat you like you're a high roller gambler.
A lot of times, just, you're getting bands from out of state, so you really do have to take care of them if you want them to come back. If you want them
That
to
is nice.
perform well.
Nice to hear. Good job, casinos. And I hear we're having the possibility of a casino in the Russellville area. We're in Conway, Arkansas, and that's only 45 minutes away. And I know I travel through Russellville, and they have a truck with a banner that's going through, hey, vote yes for the casino. Vote yes. They have 3 trucks that I've seen, and they really want that casino up there. So kind of excited about that. And that's another venue that you could play at.
Absolutely.
Joey Fanstar, possibly Keisha Stevenson.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed on your Facebook, you broke it down to just Keisha. One name.
Keish.
One name for Keish?
Yeah, it's just Keisha, but call myself Keisha. Yeah, because Keisha's, everyone always be like, what should we call you, Lil Keisha or Keisha? I said, it doesn't matter.
So the full name is Lakeisha?
Yes, it's Lil Keisha.
Fantastic. I mean, some people with Christopher go with Topher. And,
That's right.
you know, I guess I'm Daniel. I could go with Neo.
Neo.
Yeah.
Neo.
I don't think I've ever gone with Neo.
Dan.
Nah, Dan.
I know you Joseph go by Seth.
Seth.
Seth. Any Josephs?
Joseph.
Joseph.
I heard Joe. Now, y'all making up stuff.
We are.
No. Giuseppe. Giuseppe.
Giuseppe.
No, it's Joe.
If
Or
you're an
Steve
E,
is
Tubby.
Steve.
E.
Y'all gotta be technical.
All right, Keisha Stevenson. Let's delve a little bit into you,
Okay.
Keisha.
You're trying to
One
dig
name
deep.
wonder. Yeah, let's dig deep. Let's go a little further. I mean, shoot, people want to hear stuff whenever they're
Okay.
driving their trucks around or working out on their weights. Hopefully, they're not going to drop anything when you tell too many jokes or
all the time.
drop bombshells, I guess. So, Keisha Stevenson, Earl, Arkansas. How was it growing up there?
It was good. It's a small town. I grew up there. My family is very family oriented, so they're planning something today. They want to do a barbecue, cook stuff. My brother is my biggest supporter.
It's good to have family. Good to have family.
Yes.
That's nice.
And overall, I mean, I was just a quiet kid that was just like always writing
Yes.
and never really wanted to do anything with music. And everybody used to be like, Keisha, why don't you do some music? And I'm like, I don't know.
So, did you share any of that writing in school with your teachers?
Nope.
No poetry, I'm guessing, because that
No.
starts. That's how you start with the songwriting.
Well, we
is
did like this
for the most-
poetry little contest in the 5th grade, and that was about it. But I guess that's something that I instilled in my daughter,
Yes.
because now she's writing and she's not afraid to
That's
share her
good.
voice.
That's
So,
good.
Keisha, you're a mama.
Yes, I am.
Fantastic.
Yes, of a published 9-year-old author.
Wow. That's
I
incredible.
did see a little sneak peek on that in your on your Facebook, and yes, I've been stalking both of your Facebooks for Joey for a
I call
longer
fans.
time, but Keisha brand new, and stalking may be an inaccurate but totally accurate word.
Researching,
Yeah.
following.
Yeah, that's it. Sure. Oh, follow. That's right. That's what the kids are calling it these days. It's not stalking anymore. It's following.
Which is, a much nicer way to stalk someone. Is stalking implies as if they don't want to be followed, but following implies maybe they do.
Yeah, that's why there's a little follow button on there. And you can choose
You
to
can turn it right off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing. Unfollow this person, and sometimes you can just snooze them. Like, I'm tired of your memes and whatnot. We're gonna snooze you for 30 days to see if I feel better in a week.
You're schooling me. I didn't even know that there was that's such a thing. 'Cause
Snooze 'em.
It's either unfriend or block.
Me too.
I
You
had
can stay
no
friends. You just don't have to look at their stuff.
He blocking people on Messenger. That's what he's doing.
But then when they catch you IRL, hey, I learned that one. Hey, did you see that post I made? Sure.
Yeah,
Sure I
so
did.
good. I saw yours and the other 12,000 today. Can't remember them all.
All right. So do you still have all that poetry? Do you still have all those songs?
Actually, I don't know where they are.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know.
You're lost in the fire.
No, it wasn't even a fire. I don't know what because I move a lot, so
Oh.
I don't know.
No, I understand that. I've put stuff in storage, and I've lost so many things over the years. Albums, record albums after record albums. Not that I really have anything to play them on, but you know, you lose things over the years, and I'm quite a bit older than both of you. But you graduated 2006. You graduated
2008.
2008. Whippersnappers, youngins.
What?
Yes. Oh,
I feel
the future looks bright for you.
Very bright.
So you came up with this, and now you'll have one song to your credit, Keisha. And this song is partially and maybe majorly because Joey Fanstar, you got together and came up with this idea together.
No, it's Joey and Keisha together.
Joey and
Keisha.
Together.
Now,
Together.
what studio is this that you have that you can produce records?
The
more
studio
about
we
them.
worked at was Fret Monkey Records.
Fret
It's
Monkey.
just
Shout out
opened
to you,
up.
Fret Monkey Records.
Yeah.
Look, he's talking
Fret
shout at
Monkey.
everybody.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
most progressive fingerstyle label in the world. They have primarily a lot of artists in the fingerstyle guitar community. I think over 20 in multiple countries around the world. They've got an office in China. They're opening up an office in India. It's run by Blake Goodwin. He's just an outstanding musician overall. He's in Colombia right now, touring.
I didn't realize Fret Monkey was so big. They do have a storefront in Conway.
They just opened up that storefront last
Front
month.
Street,
Yeah,
right?
on Front Street. It's the beginning of what I hope to see a huge revitalization of downtown Conway and kind of igniting it, making it really pop again with the nightlife. I'm hoping to see a lot of venues kind of move their way towards Front Street and downtown, kind of just make that come alive again.
Well, King's Live is huge already.
Yeah, Kings are already doing it.
Totally
You got
stoked about
JJ's,
that
you
place.
got
JJ's.
Old Chicago. Like,
Old
those are
Chicago.
good
I wish
places.
Old Chicago would open up even bigger.
Yeah.
With their thoughts on ideas there. It was JJ's. When I first went in there, they said, "Oh, we'll never have a DJ here. We'll never have karaoke here." And then
Lo and
Tuesday
behold.
nights, Brock Forness hanging out
Yeah.
there with karaoke night, and it opens more people like Keisha, who may not have a band. And I'm not even sure. Do you play any instruments?
I do not. I played the clarinet.
You play the clarinet. See, so you lied and you went, no, wait, I do play the clarinet. That's right. That is an instrument. You whip that thing out on stage and people are going to flip out.
I will not.
Oh, please.
I
Oh,
will
my
not.
goodness.
Give us some clarinet.
Because I meet a lot of guitarists that started out on the trumpet or the
Yeah,
trombone.
that's right.
Hey, where did you start out
Trumpet.
in school? Trumpet,
Yep.
right? And I met, Ryan Hinman. He started out on trumpet or trombone, and he's a fabulous guitarist out in Palmer Studios, and it's amazing where that comes. And then you have a rock band or a pop band. If you pull out that trumpet, you will blow minds.
Yeah.
Do you do that? Do you ever do that?
I don't even know where my trumpet is. I think I ended up gifting it to someone who needed it more than I did. So.
Okay, but do you think if you picked one up, you could still blow?
Yeah, I think the embouchure is definitely weak, but you don't really lose it if you've got it from the start. I picked up the trumpet initially because it felt natural. It was just like, okay, I can make a sound with this. Let's
Yes.
see what happens.
Well, I mean, I guess, do you have a drum? Do they have a drum in that stage of the game? What year? I mean, what grade were you in when you picked
Sixth
up the
grade.
trumpet?
So they had your basic like snare drum and your quads and your cymbals, but they didn't offer like trap set,
Yeah.
full kit until later on, I think.
So Joey picked up the trumpet. Marching
Trumpet.
band at that time?
Marching band, yeah. That's actually where I drew the line. I just wasn't a big fan of the marching, so I dropped out for a year and then came back in orchestra.
Why no marching, Joey Fanstar?
Just not for me.
No, okay.
I think marching band is a very competitive and engaging art form in and of itself. But to me, it's too I guess militaristic,
Okay.
for lack of a better term, and that's just not my style whatsoever.
Well, I know they have those military uniforms,
Oh, yeah.
and I didn't realize that maybe that was a part of the game. Is there's a drum major?
Oh, yeah.
and it is very structured in
Very
that
much so.
respect. So yeah, if somebody doesn't want to take a lot of orders, like me, you may want to steer away from that. But you still kept your musical talents and your musical chops in the background. Now, Keisha Stevenson, clarinet. Where did that start?
In marching band.
Marching band.
Yes.
What are your views on the marching band?
It was fun.
Okay.
It was okay.
It's good to have no, it's good to have opposite ideas.
I just
and
did to be doing it in
attracting.
the 7th and 8th grade, just to have something to do.
Yeah, and did you do a lot of football games and basketball games and all that stuff?
Have we ever? I think we have.
What did you
I don't
march
know.
in?
I don't know what we did. I think we did do a couple of games.
Marching those cool formations to make little shapes on the
Yeah,
on the
we did.
field.
We did parades.
Okay,
This is so long ago. I feel old.
it's
I
not
remember
that
being on
long
stage
ago.
one
It's
time.
not. It's just
Yes, it
11
is.
years ago. My goodness, that's beautiful.
I
That-
feel old.
You're so young. I'm
feel-
50.
My
okay?
bones
You're not
are
allowed to
cracking.
Class
say
of
you're-
1986 rules, baby.
Okay.
So yeah.
I want to be hyper like you when I grow up.
Oh, it's
All the way.
fantastic. And you know, I used to hide my age when I was a younger man, and I would be very vain about it. And now, and when I turned 50, it was like, celebrate.
Yeah.
I'm 50. I can kick and stretch and kick.
That's
I'm 50. And, you know, so clarinet. And did you keep that through?
I did
through
not.
school?
I did not. And I asked my little girl, like, do you want to play the clarinet or something? She didn't, so I had trashed it. So I didn't do like he did and gave mine. So I was like,
Okay, well, hey, if you're done with your instruments, donate them. There's plenty of places that can donate them. Take them to your local guitar shop. I'm sure they can figure out what to do with it. In fact, I think I have some DJ equipment, speakers and stuff that I need to take over to Palmer and see if they can repair it and maybe sell it or give it to people that can use it. So
That's
you know,
true.
I have guitars, man, that I do not know how to play. I have a keyboard that I do not know how
You
to
got
play.
something. So I know.
Yes, I need maybe 2 or 3 chords, and I'm fascinated by people that can play guitar. Now, you were talking about a finger style versus what?
Just your traditional acoustic playing or classical style guitar. Finger style kind of encompasses all of it, and it uses a lot of percussive elements. So that's kind of how Fret Monkey got their start. And then Blake's also a brilliant engineer and producer, and he got Andy Wallace on board with Fret Monkey, and he's a great asset for them to have. That's actually who we worked with, is Andy Wallace. And I mean, just from start to finish, we gave him the beat. He plugged it into Pro Tools. We did a couple takes in the booth between the two of us, and he sat and mixed and mastered it right there in-house. Whole thing probably took maybe 3 or 4 hours tops.
So Blake Goodwin and
Andy Wallace.
Andy Wallace, are they local Conway?
Yeah, Blake is Conway, and I don't know for sure on Andy. I want to say he worked in Nashville for a bit, but I'm not sure where he's from.
That's cool. It's good to have them here in town. I know we have some studios, and I think I've done some parties over at Greenwood Studios, and it's nice to have that here because all it takes is one nationally recognized thing to come out of there. Even if, you know, say somebody that is already nationally recognized comes in and wants to record one song, it puts Conway back on the map. And shout out to Conway, Arkansas. I mean, it's a nice place to live as far as I'm concerned. I was convinced to move all the way from Miami, Florida, to Florida Keys, really, Key Largo, to Conway because of how it's structured. And the library, which is where we're at, is no small piece of that puzzle. Keisha Stevenson, let's dig a little deeper into you.
Okay. What you got?
Yeah, you have a song, but I want you to brag on your daughter. You know,
Okay.
is that the one child? Is she an only
No,
child?
I have 2.
You have 2,
I
okay.
have Aubrey.
So
and
you
I
can
have
brag
Camille.
on both of your kids.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, Aubrey, that's my little dancer. She's 2. She's bossy.
Mm-hmm.
She don't get that from me though.
Okay.
You gonna say
You got a look from Joey Fanstar.
she gonna be the little dancer. She be picking up on choreograph. And
Okay.
Camille, she's very smart, very artsy. She wants to write another book.
Another book. Mm-hmm. People take their whole lives to write one book,
Well,
and she wrote a book about what?
well, her first book was about bullying,
Oh,
and they
like
got her.
she is a bully and she likes to bully
Well,
people.
actually, she played a bully in the film in Indiana this summer.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
she was like, "It's crazy. I'm writing about bullying, but I'm bullying." So she did that film, and she did a couple of other films. But she having fun, and we got an event today after this. So.
Yeah, you said you have a family barbecue.
No, and then we got before the family barbecue, we have to go do an event where it's at SRS, and they're awarding. I think the mayor's going to be. They're going to be awarding the mayor of Little Rock and some other people.
What's SRS?
I think it's called SRS Awards.
What is that? Why am I first hearing about this now?
Well, you get to go Google and you go look it up on Facebook.
Oh.
I'm gonna share it with you. That way you can have more information.
Well, by the time people listen to this, most of it's going to be over. And what kind of award are you up for?
Oh no, it's not for us. We're just going.
Okay.
We going. She's going up there as a vendor.
Oh, fantastic!
But we'll be there.
Fantastic. All right, Joey Fanstar, what's on the plate for today?
Today is a rare occasion in which I'm not playing on a Saturday night, so I'm going to be selfish with my time and enjoy it. I might go out not too late. I do have church in the morning. I play bass for Conway First Baptist Church. I've been doing that for about coming up on a year now. It's really great. It's just been a very nice church family to become a part of and get to know people a little bit better over the year. And I'm just very thankful to have that outlet.
Joey Fanstar, family grow up pretty religious?
No, I didn't get saved until April of 2018. But that's been a pretty major life change for me, and it's something that I'll continue to walk on that path for the rest of my life. I'm really excited about that.
I imagine so.
Yeah.
That's something huge in your life to happen now, later in life.
Yeah.
And never a church-going fella going to school. I mean, I grew up Catholic, but now I'm American. You know, but yeah, I went to Catholic school when I was a very young man. But this is something that never got instilled in your family. And how did you find this?
I found it just on my own. I came to the cross broken and was invited to City Church by a friend of mine, and that's where I met Blake Goodwin a few weeks after I started going there, and we just became really good friends. And it just, to me, it was a divine moment in my life where things were one way and they changed, and I owe that to Christ. So
this is that City Church that's downtown.
Yeah,
that's a
Big Red X.
Yeah, behind CBS, I guess.
Exactly where it is.
I know I've done some events there. They do a lot of charitable functions all the time. So yeah, if you're looking for a place to go, check out the City Church, right?
City Church is fantastic. They're very involved in community building, and they're really involved on the college campus. They have City College, which houses college students, and they have ministry there. It's a fantastic group of folks, and I got picked up by Conway First Baptist Church. I was playing an event that we have in Conway every year. We get a big Christmas tree. It's the lighting of the Christmas tree. It usually happens around Thanksgiving or right after, and I was playing in a group, and the worship leader from Conway First, his name's Craig Bowling, he saw me play, and he offered me the position of bass player, and I took it.
Exciting, man. It's nice to have the good fellowship. That's one of the things I miss. I don't get to go to church really at all, and it's not any fault of anybody else but my own. But I do. One of the things I missed when I was really deep in the faith was the fellowship. It's people that are good people that you can pretty much count on. If something goes wrong, that hey, I'm going to lend a helping hand to you. If something is amiss, you have a group that you could turn to. And the City Church, like I said, man, I've done a lot of charitable events there. That really I was providing the music, but I was amazed at how giving that they were, at least to the parking lots or even to the inside. I've done some weddings inside. It's a nice place.
Oh, yeah.
Keisha Stevenson, how did you grow up spiritually, if any?
Well, we started off in the Baptist church, listening to the music, the instruments, and then my grandmother, she switched us over to a Church of Christ. So, that's where the instruments stopped.
Okay.
And so now, we're singing these hymns, and we grew up very, 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 very much into the church. Yeah. So it's
like
kind of quite
church every
the
Sunday kind of thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but it was great because if it wasn't from church, I wouldn't be on the path I am now.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing. Believe in the Bible or not, it's a good book of instructions to live by.
Very.
I suppose, and a lot of people, including myself, I have lost the faith, but I still think that Bible teachings are very good. They're very important. If you don't have a book of instructions, pick it up and take a listen from them and read all the words in red. I guess would be the ones that were attributed to Christ and such. So cool. All right, we got a little spiritual, and you still going to church and you taking the kids?
Yes, that's actually where my little girl got inspired to write her book.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That is great.
A sermon called "You Have Something God Can Use."
She found her purpose early in life. That's very fortunate.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. And okay, so we talk about spiritual things and beyond. Now, tell me about the song itself. The beat was created by Rev. Just a one-name wonder, kind of like you, Keisha. And really, Fanstar, he went really Bon Jovi on his band name and just said, hey, why don't we go with Fanstar?
That's right.
And I think there was a skit on SNL with Bon Jovi, and he was talking to Richie Sambora, the actual Richie Sambora. Bon Jovi was on it. And he says, hey, why don't we call it Bon Jovi? Well, I want to call it Richie Sambora. Oh, we'll try it Bon Jovi for the first 5 years and see what happens. So did you have to go to your bandmates and say, let's try Fanstar for the first 5 years and see what happens?
No, I was, initially it was booked as Joey Fanstar.
Yeah.
And that became like Joey Fanstar and Friends, because we just kind of have a smorgasbord of players show up to some of our gigs and they could sit in. And the drummer and I are just like, why not just Fanstar? That works.
And what was the first gig that you played?
TC's in Conway.
Yes.
TC's. Yeah. You know what's funny? I had TC's in my head because that on Sunday night, they had the Sunday night jam over there, and I had the pleasure of heading over there. Luke Williams, Shane Thornton, Rashard Washington, who was just on the podcast. Deshaun. Yeah, they were all there, and I was like, this is great. What a way for musicians to kind of work out with each other and try new things. Oh, I like the way his hands are finger position on that one, and I like the way he's drumming on there. Sharp Dunaway's there as well.
It really is the best place for networking local musicians in Conway, even Central Arkansas. That's how I was able to get Fanstar up and running. That's where I met the drummer. He got me on a gig with Josh Newcomb. We did a short tour in 2017, got back from that, started booking our own shows as Fanstar.
And that is where I met them at, and I finally seen them. I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta have him.
Yeah, because Deshaun, I knew I had him booked for Thursday to do the podcast at his house, and the Sunday before I said, hey, actually it was this Thursday before, I said, where are you going to be? And he says, oh, I'm going to be at TC's on Sunday. And I said, what time? Or 10. So I get there around 10, and they're already working out up there. And then, Deshaun rolls in a few minutes later, and this is great. It's a great way to spend your Sunday night, supporting local musicians. I'm not even sure if there's any monetary for you guys up there, or just for the love.
The hosts get a little bit just for their time. And TC's is just a great place to vibe as a musician. They take good care of us. They'll feed us. There's beer, all that stuff, and it's just it's become quite a community for me, quite a family. I feel very comfortable and very able to just be myself and be accepted there. It's a great bar. TC's Midtown Grill in Conway.
Yeah, and I was talking to another musician, a country musician out of Searcy, and she said that she played there when it was called the Grand Ole Opry West or something like that.
Wow.
TC's has a lot of history. She played there. Really? There was a Grand Ole Opry here? She goes, yeah, I think it's TC's now. And I went, what?
That's crazy.
There's history in that room. And you're playing on the stage that probably these, people that are international were playing on.
Yeah, it's a really good stage. There's really great sound in there.
So what brought you to TC's, Keisha?
Well, that's where he told me he was going to be playing that. So I was like,
when
okay.
was this?
How long ago was this? 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago?
2, 3, 4 weeks ago.
Probably 4 weeks because I've been in my job
So
for
it
a
was,
month. Over a
September.
month ago. Early September. The first week.
Yeah, the first week in September because we played the first and the last week.
And you
So we
started-
moved pretty quick with this song. So it was like,
you did. And you just started a new job?
Yes, I'm in property management.
Oh,
Over 450 units right now.
What? Did they give you a free apartment?
No.
That was always the advantage to me when
Yeah.
you go.
Not paying rent.
I get asked that question a lot. Did you get a free? No. Unfortunately, no.
Or
You might need
even,
to renegotiate.
yeah, or even a reduced price
Okay.
apartment.
Don't listen to them.
No, that's fantastic. Yeah, well, because I like the people that rent these storage units. They get an
A
apartment.
free apartment.
Yeah, I mean that's got to be the advantage of that.
Oh,
I
I
worked at a
wanna-
radio station in Key Largo, and they gave me the apartment upstairs. I was like, "Yeah,
Oh, that's
I'll do it."
cool.
The only downside of that is any emergencies. You know,
Yeah,
oh,
get
there's a
the
hurricane
power.
coming. Guess what? Get on downstairs, get to work. So, all right. So you've only met 4 weeks ago, or so,
Yeah.
and this fantastic song came about. What was the process of that? You coming together and creating this explosion and making a song. I mean, I know I'm giving adjective to it, but this is just my fantasy is that two creators come together
Two
to create
different
something.
genres.
Yeah.
Now, Joey Fanstar, do you have any original songs that you've made?
I'm working with Fret Monkey right now on my solo album to be released in 2020. Got about 10 songs. It's a nice mixture of a wide variety of styles. There's some hip hop involved. There's like some like old school 90s beats mixed with like more modern day sounding like guitar and bass guitar, and there's some EDM. There's what we've decided is going to be called surf western, air quotes.
gotta hear
There's just
that.
a lot of just different stuff, and it's about, I would say, like 40% done. We've got about 5 of the tracks laid down, which still need to be like finalized, and then we still got 5 more tracks to really hammer out.
It sounds like you don't limit yourself as an artist.
He does not.
You're not
let's
supposed
do
to.
country only. Let's do
No,
this
you-
only.
no.
Yeah, and I've talked to some artists that are exactly the same. And what it is the record labels want to limit you. Thinking about even
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
But now the record labels are even catching on. I mean, you look at a hit like Old Town Road, and you look at a lot of these like genre bending hits that are blurring the lines. Like, and I don't think that in 50 years it's all just gonna be pop music. I think what we listen to today in terms of country, rock, it's all gonna blend. It's just gonna be pop, and then some other form of electronic music will surface, or there'll be a revival in more natural sounding instruments like the fingerstyle acoustic world, or possibly a revitalization in string music or brass music. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm noticing you're wearing a shirt that says Finger.
The Fingerstyle Collective Guitar Festival was the first annual festival of its kind held at Petit Jean Mountain, and it was, without a doubt, an overwhelming success for everyone involved. We had 40 to 50 artists from all over the world, China, Japan, Korea, India, Canada, Chile, Colombia, just artists from all over America as well, Australia. And it was such a wonderful pairing, the nature and the beauty of the scenery at Camp Mitchell at Petit Jean. Anyone can go up there to check it out if they're on their way to Petit Jean State Park. And we were able to house all these musicians, put on a beautiful concert showcase where these performers would be playing in a cathedral, which was open, and then you have a backdrop over some cliffs, and the sun would set, and you'd have this beautiful music. It would move people to tears, and it's something that's gonna, without a doubt, go down next year around the same time, September, and I have full confidence in 5 to 10 years this is going to be one of the biggest festivals in Arkansas.
Who put that together?
Fret Monkey is the primary brainchild
I see.
of it, and then Candy Rat Records is the other fingerstyle record label. They're kind of, I guess, more known. They've been around longer. They have Andy McKee. He's kind of out of everyone, probably the most recognized in terms of like household names. He did a video on YouTube in like 2004. They put it on the front page, and Prince saw it, and put Andy McKee on tour with him. And that kind of sparked the whole thing. Once Candy Rat came into fruition, I don't know that we would necessarily have a Fret Monkey without Candy Rat, because Blake, on his journey and his path when he won the fingerstyle guitar championship in Canada, I know that there's a lot of Candy Rat artists involved with that, so it's just very inspiring.
I'm so excited to know that this is happening in Arkansas.
In Arkansas.
In Morrilton, the Morrilton area, I guess, Petit Jean Mountain, if you're not familiar. And put that on the What Makes You Famous walking tour. Get to Petit Jean Mountain and get to this festival. I'm so sad that I'm hearing about it now. But I noticed the logo has the Fret Monkey on the top, and then maybe the rat.
The Candy Rat on the bottom,
and then it's kind of maybe guitar frets, I suppose, is incorporated in there, if that's what I'm looking at visually. But fantastic. People from all over the world were at this festival.
Yeah.
And I didn't know about it, man.
Yeah, it was killer. It truly was. I feel very lucky just because it was such an intimate experience, in that there wasn't a lot of people there for whatever reason. But that's going to change. Word definitely got out. But to be surrounded by such incredible talent, I don't say that lightly. These players that we had, like Muriel Anderson, Don Ross, Artie King, Travis Bowman, Matt Thomas, Geen Smukai, like they're just world renowned. Like in their parts of the world, just best without a doubt in their country, and then just to have them all come together in one place and to vibe with one another, to watch like a player like Muriel Anderson and Sasha, don't remember his last name, but he's a very world-renowned high-class harp player. To watch them just meet and play together for the first time, and then you could see the magic. And you see this happening while the leaves are falling down in the background. It's just, it really was the best pairing of two things, nature and fingerstyle guitar.
Man, Joey Fanstar, I'm seeing you light up just talking about this festival. And this has got to be a highlight, at least, of this year.
It was a highlight of my life.
Highlight of your life.
One of them, yeah. It was truly an unforgettable experience. Yeah.
Man. See, and I look forward to being a part of that next year, you know, just even as a spectator. And I know I probably could not offer much more than that, unless they need sound equipment. I could probably do that. So, okay, so Joey Fanstar, the current lineup, because you say it was a revolving cast of characters.
Yeah.
But is there a steady lineup now?
We've got Jim Perry on lead guitar. Very fantastic, wild player. Just kind of does things in his own style, which is very complimentary to the way I play, because I do a lot of the same. And then my drummer is Tim Dickerson. He's so insanely talented. He's just very able to play with anyone and anything. Like, there's nothing he can't really do in terms of like style or genre, and we're all capable enough and experienced enough that we don't rehearse. We just show up, and a lot of times we'll play songs we don't know. Like, kind of vaguely familiar how that goes. Let me pull up the lyrics. Oh, you go back, Jack, do it again. I've never played in my entire life.
Yeah, I gotta play Kiss It Better.
Request it. Yeah, gonna play that one.
Well, no, I'm likening you to Marty McFly going Back to the Future and saying, "Hey, give me the changes and
try to keep up,
That's right. And that kind of thing." And here you are, you know, musicians that are well enough adversed in your craft that you're able to pick up things like that. So if Keisha jumps up on stage, now you're the vocalist. Mm-hmm. With the bass, we'll get back to that. I'm going to put a pin in that one. Okay. So, Keisha, when you jump up on stage and you say, "Fanstar, give me that," you know, do you feel qualified to tell them what keys to be in?
Oh, he done heard the song I want him to play now. So,
Oh, he
because he
knows.
was like, it's only 3 songs I don't know. So then I was like, oh, you know, Kiss It Better. He was like, no.
It's one of the 3.
All right. Well, let's get into the song that we're here to talk about anyway. We got the background. We know where Joey Fanstar came from. We got a pretty good idea of where Keisha Stevenson came from and how you came together a month ago. Keisha, you went and visited with Joey Fanstar over at TC's Sunday Night Jam. What happened?
Well, I saw him playing, and I was like, I ain't got no signal to go Facebook Live. But when I seen him on stage, I was like, they are so dope. I was amazed.
Okay.
Because people was jumping in and out, on and off stage, and they just steady playing away, and I'm like, oh my God. It was amazing.
Oh yeah.
You should see him.
Drummer will say, "Oh, my hands hurt."
The drummer did not get up. He was throwing his stick in the crowd. People was throwing it back, and he catch it and
what?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Exactly.
Do you remember what drummer that was?
That's Tim
Tim.
Dickerson.
Tim Dickerson.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Keisha, you say, Joey, I have this song. What happened?
He had already listened to the Unbeat. We met up. We wrote the rest of it.
Over at Fret Monkey?
Yeah, he wrote his portion. We figured out a chorus. Then we went to Fret Monkey, recorded it straight through. After that, it was like, video now. So it was when we heard the song, at first he heard it, and he was like, oh my God. And me, I was like, I don't know. But then when I heard it through the radio, I was like, this song is a hit.
So you had pre-produced it, pre-rehearsed it before you got to Fret Monkey.
No, we did it in 1 hour.
We got together one quick session at my house. It probably didn't last more than an hour to write everything. And then a few hours at the studio about a week later.
Yeah, because, I'm thinking studio time can't be cheap, so you want to go in there knowing what you want to do.
Without a doubt.
And you had this all pre-planned, even if it only took an hour, you had it all pre-planned.
No, we didn't have anything. We didn't have the title to the song. We just went in there and basically just killed it. That was it.
All right. So tell me about the song. Tell me about it.
Well, on the daily.
When did you write it?
Actually, a week before I hit up Joey.
Okay. Hey, sometimes it's lightning in a bottle, and that can happen and has happened many times. So it's nothing that you've been thinking about for your whole life.
I just heard the verse. I just heard the beat and then wrote my verse, and then didn't have really no chorus, no other verse, and I was like, what will go great on this song?
What's the song about?
Well, basically, you got any idea? Because it kind of can go 2 different ways.
So I wrote...
Get the PG-13.
I wrote my verse, and the chorus is kind of based on her verse. And from what I gathered with her verse, it seemed like it was definitely there was a love interest involved. Wasn't maybe like the most fortuitous of events. It wasn't like, oh, we met and we're happily in love. It seemed like there was more of a struggle, more work to be put in. And writing is a very strange practice for me, in which I'm either completely bone dry and I got nothing, which was a big case. It was what was happening with this song. Is I'd listen to the beat, I write down maybe 2 lines and have nothing. Or you're inspired by something, and I just looking at her words, I just was able to start writing. And then once you have something that you can build on, it just kind of starts flowing. Kind of like, I guess, cracks in a dam. Those first cracks are really hard to make, but once the water starts coming through, there's not much that's going to stop the dam from breaking.
So give me the first 2 lines that you wrote, Keisha.
Okay, well, it was more of like, remember I was Keisha, remember I used to hang out in the streets, remember the day that you bumped into me, I had a bad attitude and you timed at me. Basically, that love interest where you're like, okay, we have these problems, we have these arguments, but we always gonna come back to each other. So it's kind of like a little bounce on, like love. So.
And is this something from personal experience? Do you feel like that's happened in your
No,
life?
it's just that when I heard the instrumental, I kind of read those words into the instrumental.
Oh, so you heard the beats beforehand. How did you get in touch with the Rev about these beats?
Actually, I seen it on YouTube, and then I saw that didn't nobody purchase it. And I was like, so it was like a negotiation thing. So I negotiated and got the beat for this, and he gave me the contract.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of beat producers out there, and I imagine kids in their bedrooms just all day long working Pro Tools or I don't know, what was the other one that I used to play with, DJ Beats or whatever it is. It's just there's different tools that they can use, and they're Fruity Loops. That's the one that I had, and you could just move things around in a certain way and get a beat. Now as a live musician, what do you think about beat making and making your own instrumentals?
Nowadays they have programs like Ableton, which are designed to be used in live performance. So,
what's GarageBand?
It's basically like a very, very, very basic, watered-down version of Pro Tools. Like, Pro Tools is Glenn Levitt, and GarageBand's Heaven Hill.
For making demos, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I mean, it gets the job done for sure, but it's not going to give you like radio quality.
Gotcha.
At least not that I'm aware of.
Now, the name of the song is
On the Daily.
On the Daily. Is it something I could play on terrestrial radio?
You can.
Okay.
Most definitely.
No cursing or anything in there?
I have the radio version. I sent you the radio version too.
She's got a radio edit.
Yeah. No, I know in Jamaica in particular, their version of the FCC, if it has to be edited, they're not playing it on the radio.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it has to be clean from the beginning, you know. But no, and that I don't want to limit an artist, but if they want airplay, you know, is that a sellout? Maybe, I don't know. Hey, people got to get paid, put a roof over their heads.
True.
And what kind of traction have you gotten from this song so far? It's only a couple weeks old.
Yeah. Well, when did we post it? Last week.
Last week, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the release on that? Is it Spotify? Is it self-released? Do you have promotion behind you?
Well, we're going to be doing a video on October the 27th.
Okay, that's a Sunday.
Yes. And then after that, about a week later, it's going to be released. We just got to figure out what we're going to do with it.
Okay. Now, self-release, is that it? You're self-promoting it, and there's nobody distributing any records of any kind? This is you trying to get yourself out there for the first
Keisha
time. Keisha
pushing it all around. If this song goes somewhere and makes it big, it's because she put the work in.
Yeah,
so
you got the eyes and ears of this humble broadcaster and podcaster, and you know, I'm very happy to have you sitting in front of me.
Well, if I wouldn't have had a dope Joey to go in on this project,
Dope Joe.
He's so dope.
That's good. I mean, I'm glad that you're buttering each other's biscuits, and yes, I know Joey's the
like
man.
My love interest in music. So good.
Okay, but you have 10 original songs, Joey Fanstar, approximately.
Yeah.
That are, and how long have you been writing those 10?
Too long. I'm almost embarrassed to say they've just been around and on the back burner. Some as old as like 2011, and where I excel in improvisation in live performance, I'm very much lacking as a studio musician. Mm-hmm. Just simply from not having the tools, the resources, or the know-how in order to produce my own music. So a lot of times it was just like I can write a guitar part, a bass part, and vocals, and that was all I had. So it took quite a long time to find someone who could produce my music, because it definitely needed that. And Fred Monkey was perfect for it, because they got me in and started working with me sometime last year, and we've just been able to work on it at a steady pace and not rush, and that's been perfect. It's allowed me and Blake to be very creative and to just make something that hopefully people will listen to.
Joey Fanstar, it's not that you've been slacking. You've had a pretty good career as a cover band, or being parts of cover bands as well. Since an early age, since you got out of high school, pretty much you just jumped into it full force. Mm-hmm. Even before Ace is Wild, had you done anything else before that?
Sparingly, just little things here and there. Like I had a band that did like progressive metal when I was younger, and played like a little venue in town called Soundstage, which is no longer there.
Yeah, I think it's
just
a
little
clothing
things.
store now downtown. Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember Soundstage, and so yeah, you could have either chose to go to college or School of Life, and you're following your passions. Joey Fanstar, very impressive, and all through your life, Keisha Stevenson. Did I say that right? I guess.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm unsure of myself. I try to say people's names a lot during the podcast, so that way it drills it into the listeners. Go find these people. Keisha Stevenson, when you got out of high school, and you threw your clarinet by the side, and what did you do when you first got out into the real world?
Well, I did college for a while I'm working. Then next thing you know, I was in property management.
Well, what you do in college?
Well, I was going to school for nursing.
Nursing. Yeah.
But I'm glad I didn't do it because now I like property management.
Yeah. I was an EMT, firefighter for a long time. It was great. That's a good job. So kids, if you want to, but property management, how do you fall into that?
Basically, when I was younger, I visited this apartment complex, and they was having a haunted house, and I was like, oh my God, I want to do this when I get old. I want to be a property manager so I can do a haunted house. And then, that actually ended up being the first apartment complex I ever worked at.
Yeah. As an apartment dweller myself, I think I owned property back in '88 when I first got out of school, but ever since then I've been renting. And if you have a good property manager, it's a wonderful thing, man. I'm trying to get the roaches out of my apartment now, and I've been putting paper everywhere, and there's little roaches. Oh my goodness, that's a big one. So yes, be a good whatever you do, be a good one. Be a good property manager.
Always.
Heck yeah. And Joey, I know I've met you at different day jobs here and there. And it's good to have a steady job.
Yeah.
The thing about the entertainment business, the money can be good, but the work's not steady.
Volatile.
And insurance.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You don't have health insurance. You need to have some of that. So it's good to have maybe a little day job that provides some health insurance. You got one of those?
Well, I used to work at Office Depot for a long time. They
Yeah.
provided part-time benefits, which was really cool. But then Obamacare rolled through. They took away their part-time benefits. But I was still insured under that, so I was fine.
Yeah. I mean, as long as health insurance is pretty important. And I know that's something that's been in the news quite a bit, politically anyway, is health insurance. Can we cover all our people?
We can.
I've talked,
It's really no debate.
I've talked to Canadians, brother and sister. I have talked to
they get insurance
Canadians.
for free.
They get their insurance.
Well, they've been on a single-payer healthcare system
Right.
for decades now. It's been just fine.
The
There's no
girl I
reason why
talked
we
to
can't do the
recently,
same thing.
Shimmer Johnson, she said she pays $200 in and she gets her dental and her eye care as well. So yeah, it can be done. All right, America, jump on board. Jump on board.
America.
That's true.
Not without my gun.
All right. Well, what's on the horizon with Keisha and Joey Fanstar? Are you joining the Fanstar?
No, but I want to write some music with him.
Special
We'll
guest.
definitely write some more music together, do some collaborating, without a doubt.
Are you planning on playing live anywhere as Joey
definitely.
Fanstar?
Yeah.
Stevenson?
She's more than welcome to come sit in a Fanstar show anytime she wants. And if you want to book a show, we'll come play it for sure.
How do the people book a show? First off, with Fanstar, how do they find you?
Fanstar, you can find us on Facebook under Fanstar at FANSTAR. You can also reach me via email, fanstar88@gmail. You can reach out to any of the guys in the band for booking. Tim does a lot of booking. I believe you can reach him at tdickerson747 at gmail.com. And that's the official booking email address.
You need to come up with something a little bit
A
more.
little bit better, like Fanstar booking at Gmail.
Fanstar at Gmail or something. Yeah, either way.
We'll make it work.
Keisha Stevenson, how do the people find you?
On Facebook, on Kisha, that's KISHA, or at Keesh, KEESH0124.
All right. Anything else you want to tell the people? And what's coming up next?
Stay tuned for
yeah.
Joey's album, and also on the day that we'll be on his album.
Any live performances coming up for you?
I can't remember where I'm playing. I know I've got 3 shows next week, but the only one I'm 100% sure of when and where would be Midtown Billiards in Little Rock. That's going to be at 2 in the morning.
2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah. Technically Sunday morning, Saturday night, late Saturday night. That's what they do at Midtown. They have their bands 2 to 4:30 in the morning. It's the late night venue. So where
I could see that.
Close. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I closed up the Rab last night at 2, and they said, "Hey, let's go to Little Rock."
No, let's go to Midtown.
Some of them said Midtown. Yeah, so that's something to do after hours, in the wee hours when you're not ready to stop rocking. Go see Fanstar next week, and Keisha Stevenson. Pretty soon, we'll be seeing you out there. Yeah.
Sooner than later.
Well, that's something. I mean, do you want to be a touring band all over the world, or are you pretty comfortable right here in Central Arkansas and maybe the states around it?
I definitely want to travel the world, play music.
Are you tied down with a man of the world,
Yes.
single man?
The world at my fingertips. Only
See,
thing stopping me
that's
is
the way
me.
to do it. Yes, that's the way to do it. It's been a complete pleasure talking to you, Joey Fanstar, Keisha Stevenson. You guys get the last
And
word.
Keys Dan, y'all be sure to follow Radio What and check out all of the awesome things he's involved in around the community and just like killing it ever since he's been here with weddings, events, karaoke, anything you guys need.
I guess it's not a shameless plug when you say it. I can cut that last part out. No, really, it's all about you guys, and that's why I started this podcast, to build people up, and I'm building you up, Joey Fanstar, Keisha Stevenson. Hopefully, you go far. I want to hear those 10 songs. I want that video to come out real soon, and it's going out. You're going to be recording it on the 27th. The reason I knew it was a Sunday is I have a wedding on the 26th right here in Conway. So the 27th, where are you going to be filming? And do you have people auditioning to be backup or background or be a part of it?
Well, Xanthia, she's been in charge of all of that, and she's an amazing dancer.
Mm-hmm.
I seen her some videos.
Well, you got your babies to get involved with that dancing too as well.
Oh
Maybe
no, not this.
Not for this song.
No,
Not this kind. Okay.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I hear little kids at karaoke shows doing songs that are just a little bit too old for them. Now, I've been hurt before, and my heart was broken. Wait a minute, you're 7.
Shaking like a salt shaker.
Right. Stop. Hammer time.
And they're on City Girls. They're on City Girls now, right now.
Okay, so you're living in Conway then?
In Little Rock.
Little Rock, big city girl. No. And then, Joey's here in Conway, so find them online. All right, I definitely give you guys the last words. Joey, last words for the people.
Go see Fanstar at a city near you in Central Arkansas.
Keisha, last words for the people.
Stay tuned for Joey Fanstar, because I see his potential.
And Keisha Stevenson.
Well, there you have it, party people. 2 creatives coming together to form one fantastic thing. Look for their song On the Daily. It's Joey Fanstar, Keisha Stevenson. It comes from both of their minds, and they collaborate over at Fret Monkey. I'm kind of stoked about that. I didn't realize Fret Monkey was so big, such a big outfit, and they have offices, well, I guess internationally, I suppose. And I'm happy that they're here in Conway, Arkansas. All it takes is one big giant thing to come out of Fret Monkey in Conway, Arkansas, and it puts Conway, Arkansas even more on the map. I mean, according to me, it's only 30 minutes away from Little Rock. 30 minutes north of Little Rock is Conway, Arkansas, and it's a college town. There's plenty to do, plenty to see here. You don't even have to go outside of Conway to get to anything, but there is that interlink with Little Rock. It's just a mere jaunt on the I-40. 40 primarily runs east to west, and between Little Rock and Conway, for some reason, it got diverted north, and it kind of runs along the same line as Route 66. So it's a pretty good highway. I know that's a pretty famous, and Joey Fanstar, it was good catching up with you, finding out what's going on in your life and how, what beginnings. How did Joey Fanstar become Joey Fanstar? And Keisha Stevenson, now going by just Kisha. Try to be the one name. Only one name needed for this star. Fantastic. Good to meet you. And you're not only producing things on your own, you're producing children that are producing things of their own as well. You got a little dancer and you got a little writer right there. That's fantastic. Joey Fanstar, Keisha Stevenson, thank you so much for being on the What Makes You Famous program. If you'd like to tell your story, I encourage you to give me a call at 501-470-6386. or email info@radiowhat.com. That's it for me. It's Keys Dan, radiowhat.com, djlittlerock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.
Radio What? The music you want with some great quotes. Those who flee temptation generally leave a forwarding address. Lane Olinghouse. The music you want. RadioWhat.com. Follow Keys Dan on Facebook and Twitter. Click on the links at the top of keysdan.com. Follow Radio What on Facebook and Twitter. Click on the links at the top of radiowhat.com. The music you want is on.